Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 581. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing a book, but you're having some trouble getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, especially social media, look for Christine Inc. Ink, like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn someone who barely sees themselves as a writer into a published book author. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. This is how you do it. You sit down at the keyboard and you put one word after another until it's done. It's that easy and that hard. Neil Gaiman. And once again, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is FAQs Friday, where I answer your frequently asked questions, whatever book-related questions are on your mind. I do my best to answer. And you can submit them through my website, christine-ink.com, or really wherever you find me online. Just be sure and let me know that they're for the show, or else I'll just answer them on the spot. So here's today's question. When writing a self-help book, how do you create a balance between teaching the process and including your personal story? And there was a follow-up question. Do you include success stories of others that have been through and used the process? Well, first, let's do a quick recap of why I love what I call, actually, I think the New York Times named it this years ago, self-help memoirs. Purely self-help books have the author shoulding, I like to say, shoulding, get it? Shoulding, all over the reader without building trust and rapport by sharing authentically and vulnerably their personal story. Now, purely memoir books, on the other hand, if you don't really try to incorporate any message in strategically woven throughout, those books can leave the reader ambiguous on the intended transformation and their action steps that they're supposed to take to achieve it. That's why I love self-help memoirs, because they combine the best of both worlds. Now, in self-help memoirs, I call what the question person here, yeah, hi, it's Friday, I don't know words. I call what they're describing finding the intersection of story and message. This means designing an architecture that connects story and message. Example, it might be 70% of your book ends up being story and there's 30% message woven in, or maybe even 90% message and 10% story if it's more of a traditional self-help book. Sometimes the story will lead and sometimes your message will guide your architecture. So I have some questions to help you out. Ask yourself to help find the story message intersection in your book. Number 1. What is the ultimate business or brand goal of your book? Would leading with your story or message better support that goal? Number 2, is your author brand, and when I say author brand, you might have an emerging author brand, one that you're creating, is it heavier on your personal story or on your message, on some sort of teaching process or teaching model that you're putting out to the world? Which is heavier, story or message? Number 3, based on your research of your target audience, which balance might better speak their language? So which one might they enjoy more of a story-heavy or a message-heavy book? And finally, number 4, which structure better plays to your strengths as an author, story or message? And to answer the follow-up question, yes, success stories of others, whether you call them case studies or vignettes or just you weave them in as stories, those definitely fall under the category of story in your architecture. So especially you personal and business development and self-help and business authors out there that want to include all that amazing content, all that knowledge that you have, but you definitely want to have some stories in there. Well, you can use stories from people or even just kind of like made up versions of people who have applied the information in your book. Those count as stories. When written as a story with a beginning, middle, and an end, success stories can be effective in conveying your messages and lessons about life. And I hope that helps. And once again, your FAQs Friday questions anywhere you find me online, including in my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. I always put the link to my Inc. Authors group in the show notes so you can easily find it. Go there and you get motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more, especially for those of you doing NaNoWriMo this month. Big shout out to all of you. Quite a few of you in the Inc. Authors group on Facebook. So hop on over there if you haven't already. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.